Mr. Speaker, I rise today to honor Cedric Huntley, a community leader who dedicated his life to improving the lives of young people and making Rhode Island a safer place to live. Cedric, known by many as Mr. Ced, was a powerful force for good. He served as site director of the South Providence Recreation Center, located right where he grew up on the south side of Providence, and wore many hats as counselor, mentor, and listener to members of the community. It was through his life experience and empathy for others that he connected with Rhode Islanders from all walks of life to build relationships for positive change. He came out of retirement to lead the Nonviolence Institute as an executive director to break cycles of violence that plague too many neighborhoods. The Nonviolence Institute does crucial work in Greater Providence to serve as a bridge between community members at risk from violence and social service agencies and law enforcement to reduce crime and support victims. When I served as Rhode Island's general treasurer, I ran the state's crime victims compensation program and had the privilege of working with Cedric and his team to help hundreds of Rhode Islanders who were victims of violent crimes get the compensation that they needed to get back on their feet. During this time, I saw firsthand the work he did as a peacemaker and how he worked to prevent acts of violence before they occurred. It was an honor and a privilege to work with him. His legacy will live on for a long time through the lives that he touched. Thank you, and I yield back.
Mr. Speaker, like Mr. Magaziner previously, I wanted to recognize and stand with Rhode Islanders who are in mourning for a giant in our community, Mr. Cedric Paul Huntley. Cedric, or Mr. Ced as he was known, was a convener of communities, a staunch advocate for peace. As the executive director of the Nonviolence Institute and throughout all of his youth development work, he led with heart and he led with compassion, striving to end the cycles of violence that tear families and neighborhoods apart. In this effort, he lived by example. You could always find Mr. Ced spreading the gospel of kindness, whether it was strangers he had just met or loved ones he had known for years. Above all, Cedric believed in service to others. His legacy lives on through his work in state government and our school systems, and through his work as a small business owner and as a champion for Rhode Island's charitable causes. Last week, we came together for Cedric's memorial service and procession. Today, it is my privilege to speak his name on the House floor, the People's House, and entering into the congressional record so that he and that legacy, may live on for generations to come. Thank you, and I yield back.